Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so this is going to be just a quick video. I'm going to try and explain to you how I made these tiny little ruffles. So I hope I'm close enough on there. So they're really simple to make, and how I do it, I'm going to show you on this big one first. Is here I actually sew lots of them together. So I've taken a great big piece of fabric, doesn't matter what the length you've got. This is, let me just give you an idea, this is about 7 inches wide, and that will give you, this is quite a thin cotton, and that will give you probably about 1.5 inches little ruffle by the time you sort of ruffled it up. So what I've actually done, I've got a long piece of fabric, and on the sewing machine I do it from the start, from the middle, and I just pop it through the machine and ruffle it up like that and sew it through. Okay, so it just sews through, so you've got one line going down there like that, so it comes up quite small. And then when you've done that, go probably about 1/2 inch, and then do another one, and then go 1/2 inch again, and then sew again, and then this is what you end up with. So it's quite simple really. And then once you've cut in between, so you've got your little stitches down through there, and in between just cut through like that, and then you end up with your tiny little ruffles like that. So each time you do it, so you don't do them individually, because I think that would drive you nuts. You couldn't hold on to the fabric, and then you've got your little ruffles, and it's so much easier than trying to do it individually. I've also done it on this fabric here. Oops, a little one there, and this is what they come out like. Now this is 6 inches here. This is a thicker fabric, and this will give you like a 2-inch ruffle. So that's really nice. So I've done exactly the same. You just pop it through your machine. If you have a piece, doesn't matter what length it is, always start in the middle, because it's easier in the middle, so you can gather it all up together, and then just pop it through your machine, and it just sews it down through there. And then all that you do then, take your scissors, cut in between like that, and it gives you a lovely ruffle, and it's so simple. I've also done it on, let me get my other pieces on, this is the fabric I showed you in the last video, which I tea stained. So these are 4x4, and that's what came out. The smaller obviously the fabric, the tinier the ruffles. So did exactly the same. Always start in the middle. So on your machine, start in the middle like that, because it's a lot easier to do, and then just work your way out either side. And then when you cut them in between like that, and then you have these lovely tiny little ruffles like that, which are really cute. And on here, look, that's why I made them, and they just stick them on there, and they're lovely on your tags, on these lovely little bags that I was making like that, and here. So they're a great thing to have in a little bowl beside you, so when you're making something, you can just take one out and stick it on one of your projects that you're doing. I also tried to do it by hand, which is on this one here, and this is the ruffle, and they came out tiny, which is quite nice. So if you don't have a sewing machine, you can do it by hand. So I'm going to quickly show you. Now I don't know what I actually did with my needle. It's here somewhere. I put it. Here we go. So to do it by hand, again, start in the middle. Okay, like that. And then what you want to do is just pop a little stitch, and you just do a little running stitch all the way down through the middle. You can do a faint little chalk line if you want to do, so you don't go too wibbly wobbly. So just do a running stitch all the way down through like that. These ones will pull in, because you've got to pull them in quite tight. That's why they sort of end up quite small. Oops. So you just pull that in tight like that, so it's like a little bow, like that. Oops. And then just secure it at the end. Make sure it's pulled in tight. Not that good with a needle and cotton. Oops. Just wanted to pull out. Just need to secure it at the end like that. Cut it off. So then you've got the start there like that. And what you want to do, just go along. You want to go along sort of about 1/2 inch, or however sort of big you want your ruffles. If you want them bigger, then go along sort of like 1 inch along, so you could probably go that way, so about 1/2 inch along, then your ruffle will be a lot bigger. So just secure it at the top again, then you just do a little running stitch down. So this is if you can do it like this, or if you haven't got a sewing machine, you can still make your little ruffles. And they're such a lovely addition to popping in your journals, or on little tags and little envelopes and little pockets. So let's just do that like that. It doesn't take that long to do either. So let's secure it at the end. I'm not very good at this bit. Make sure that's tight there. Just chop that off. Oops. And there we go. So you've got your little start of your ruffle, so just keep going all the way along like that, and then you end up with a little piece like this, and then you can just chop them off in between like that, and then you've got your tiny little ruffles. So I hope I've explained that bit quite well. And here again, the bigger the fabric, obviously the easier it's going to be for you. The smaller the fabric, the more fiddly it's going to be. So it's probably better if you start off with a large piece of fabric, and always start in the middle, because then you've got all these sides to hold on to. So going through your machine, it's very, very simple. So you just pop it through the machine like that, and just gather it up as you go through, and it just sews down through like that. And then you end up with these, and then you just chop them off, and then you've got a nice little bundle of little ruffles, and it's so much easier than doing them individually. So there we go. So then we've got a nice load of little ruffle embellishments. Alright guys, so I hope you'll give it a go, and thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Alright guys, take care, bye bye.